Hey everyone, it's Carrie. How are you? I'm coming to you today. I want to talk to you about something that I see a lot in people's homes and offices that really affects their potential. And I want to make sure that you are living your life to the fullest potential and having the most vitality and energy that you can possibly have. So I'm going to share this with you. Just give me 1 second. I'm sharing this video into my group. So I want to invite you to join my Feng Shui group, which is called Feels Better, Flows Better, Feng Shui for Inspired Living. It is where I share a lot of tips and information. All of these videos will be going over there pretty soon. So if you want to keep getting tips about that, about Feng Shui, please go over there and sign up to join. I will add you in. So my name's Kerri Miller. I'm the founder of Feng Shui Pathways and author of the book Feels Better, Flows Better, Feng Shui for Inspired Living. I work with people that understand that their surroundings have an impact on them, but they aren't quite sure how to make sure that their space and their surroundings and their environment are really optimized to make them feel their best and succeed and have the most potential in all of their life areas. And using Feng Shui, we make some simple adjustments to their space that, makes it warm and welcoming, makes it a space that they want to be in, and most importantly, makes it a space that's uplifting them, energizing them, and instead of distracting them or depleting them. And really, one of the things I want to talk about today is some ways that you can really get depleted subliminally. You don't know what's going on, but it's happening. And this is kind of based on how you set yourself up and how you position yourself throughout your day. So in Feng Shui, we really are focused on setting yourself up in a powerful position, a position where the energy is flowing towards you and not kind of hitting you at weird angles or hitting you in the back or pulling energy away from you. And one of the ways we do that is by using the command position or the power position, which means, as often as possible, you set yourself up so that your back is against a solid wall and you have a good view of the room in front of you, and you can kind of be aware of anything that's approaching you before it comes, right in front of you or right beside you. So, a lot of times I see people have set up their home office or their desk space so that they're facing the wall and their back is open to the wall, because it allows a lot more space and movement in the room. And when you flip the desk, it does come further out into the space and it feels like it takes up a lot more room. But I really want you to switch your space. And I know it might feel a little bit tight and uncomfortable, and you might have to play with it and work with it to the best of your ability, but it really makes a huge subliminal unconscious difference, or difference on an unconscious level. And let me give you an example. So I work with a coach who is online all the time. She lives way across the world somewhere else, and we connect by video all the time. And she connects to her groups and her audiences by video, similar to the way I'm doing this all the time. And she moves around a lot. So she had just relocated and was, popping on to do a live video from her new location, and she hadn't really arranged herself very well yet. And I don't know how much information she has about Feng Shui or the command position or any of that. But I watched her through a couple of different live videos, and she was set up with her back to the room, a big wide room which had a large cathedral ceiling. And interestingly, behind her, kind of like behind where the pictures are behind me, there was an opening, a big dark opening in the wall. And I don't know what that structure was. It could have been an opening to another room. It could have been an opening to a staircase. It might even have been a skylight or a sunlight or something like that. But it was looming, kind of lurking right back here, kind of where the pictures are, this big black hole. It was literally a black hole. And, her messages are really powerful and interesting and captivating. But even though that's the case, I was finding myself watching those videos and my attention was consistently being drawn to that lurking black hole behind her and the big vast space behind her as well. So having worked with Feng Shui for a long time, I knew that, where my attention was going, my energy was going, and that means that's where the chi was going. And she probably wasn't even aware of it because it was behind her. So I actually sent her an email finally a couple days later, and I said, I know you're not really settled yet, but I really want to suggest that you reposition yourself when you get a chance, because there's this structure behind you and I don't know what it is, but number one, I feel like it is going to, first of all, I feel like it's distracting to your audiences. And I knew that that would really bother her, because she really wants to make sure that her message is getting out clearly, and having her message be diluted in any way would definitely bother her. So I was concerned for that for her. And also, I was also afraid that the energy was kind of going out over her and sort of pulling back her own personal vitality and energy into that space, which I really have seen that what happens over time, even though you're not aware of it, is your energy is kind of getting pulled back there. You start to feel tired. You start to not feel as vital as you usually do. You can't collect your thoughts as easily because the energy is really pulling it all away from you. The way that you're set up, it's pulling it away from you. And again, that was something I knew she did not want. She really takes pride in being clear. She wants to be at her optimum performance at all times, so that she can connect with the right people, that she can get her message across, and that she can, be successful in what she does. So she moved immediately, like very, very quickly. I think the next video that I connected with her on, she was set up in the command position and had a solid wall behind her. And she had even taken a few extra steps that I hadn't talked about. She had herself in a really strong, solid chair behind her. And so, those are just things that really provide support and give you even more sense of that powerful position, that authoritative role. It allows you to be seen differently, and it also, or her to be seen differently. So it's really powerful, tiny little minimal shifts that you can make to how you're seen, how you feel when you're working, which really impacts how you are able to thrive and succeed and feel throughout the day, and how you're able to deliver your message or do your work. So I really feel like this is such an important part of what Feng Shui has to offer. Sometimes it's just a tiny little tweak in how you've positioned yourself or how you are setting yourself up throughout the day that can really have an impact on how powerful you are, how successful you are, and how energized and vital you feel as you move through your day. So it's a really powerful part of the work that I do with people, and why I keep coming on here with all these videos and telling you about it. Interestingly enough, I did have a conversation with her a couple days after that, and I love when I get feedback like this, because it totally, sets up what I do and helps me believe it even more. I totally believe in it, but I love getting the feedback. She actually commented that she was able to secure a very high-paying client within a couple of days after making that move. Somebody out of the blue that she hadn't had on her radar at all. And second, she let me know that she had actually been feeling some of what I was telling her about, not being able to collect her thoughts, not being able to pull, be vital and feeling drained. She said that she had this idea lingering, and usually ideas come to her very easily. She just couldn't pull it together, but after she made that move, it all came very clearly and quickly to her, and kind of her whole plan came together. So subtle little differences really do make a difference in how you are able to succeed and work. These are the kind of things that we're going to be talking about in my new upcoming masterclass. We're really going to go deep into these specific topics, into making sure that your space is set up so that you're able to thrive, so that you are feeling good when you're there, so that you're energized and that you're not distracted by little unseen energies that are flowing through you, or holes behind you, things that are lurking behind you. It's a really powerful process to go through. We're going to get really clear on each of the steps and go deep and make the adjustments in your space and then tweak them if we need to. So it's a really great way to work with me. pretty much one-on-one. There's only 12 people in the class. I'm trying to make myself as available as possible. We're going to follow the teachings in my book. The lessons are going to be interesting and applicable in your own life, and you know, we're really going to be able to make adjustments as we go. So I'm going to put the link to the masterclass underneath here in the comments, and I would love to have you join in. There's only a few open spaces left, but there's definitely still space. So jump in if you're interested. It's 8 weeks. It seems like a big commitment. It's not. I'm really making this a slow, deep dive. It's going to be a powerful process, but not a fast-paced, aggressive, or feeling like you can't keep up with it kind of process. If you have questions about it, private message me, and I will be happy to set up a time and chat with you about it. And that's all. If you have any questions about your own setup, go ahead and post it in the comments. Thanks so much. Have a great day.